Hello, my lovely friends. Thank you so much for all the new subscribers and for the old subscribers sticking with me. I just think it's absolutely joyous. It thrills my bones. And also, I'd like to say sorry to the lovely people who were sending me messages and commenting on the videos that I didn't reply to. I didn't see them. I was looking in the wrong place. I'm quite new to the YouTube game, and I was looking in notifications. They weren't in there. They were underneath the videos and I found them somewhere else. So I do sincerely apologise for the delay in getting back to you, but I absolutely love all your comments. It's just brilliant to hear from everyone around the world who's watching and enjoying it and doing their thing as well. So please, please, please forgive me for that. It was a genuine mistake. Please, please, please comment. I love hearing from you. It's amazing. It's like I just sit here speaking into the void, but now it feels like there are people out there listening, and well, honestly, there's no better feeling, is there? So this Feel Good Friday vlog is a lifestyle style channel. I used to work in television at the BBC and ITV and Channel 4 and what have you in lifestyle and entertainment departments, and it was shit. So all these years later, I'm doing it how I want to do it. And it's brilliant. So today is mostly featuring stuff that's going on out in the Yarden, and ironically, as the Tory party gets deeper and deeper into hellfire and brimstone, as they completely set fire to the whole country and they start scrapping and brawling and fighting in the House of Commons, literally picking each other up and dragging each other into rooms to make them vote for stuff. The more chaotic the government becomes, the calmer I feel. I can't explain it, but I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying feeling calm, that is. I'm not enjoying what they've done to the country and all the people. But anyway, it's Friday. This is a feel-good vlog. So, it's going to be lots of me chatting, really. talking about tea, plants, cats, and snacks. There is a very little bit of vintage thrifting, but mostly it's about plants and cats and snacks. So get a cup of tea, relax, sit down, and come and join me on my little meander around the garden. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. As soon as I open my mouth, the ice cream van man appears. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe I should just fill my trap with ice cream. Anyway, I'll just wait till it goes. Hang on, back in a sec. It's October the 1st. It's an absolutely glorious, warm, sunny autumn day, but it's not going to last. It's going to turn cold any day now, any minute now. So while everything is still looking really, really beautiful, I am aware that a danger is creeping over the hill. So I'm going to try and do something I've never done before. You see that lovely looking thing there? I'm going to try and overwinter that. It's a lemon scented begonia, and I'm going to try and bring it inside and see if I can keep it alive over the winter and protect it from the frost. So I've got my scrubbed pot, nice and clean, reused, and I'm going to rinse the roots, repot it in clean compost, and then bring it inside and hope for the best. Hello, my love. Hello. How are you? Oh, you look fabulous. Okay. Looks good. Brace yourself, you're going for a dip. Oh, it's windy. There we are. Begonia Fragrant Lemon Falls. I've already rescued it once. I'm going to rescue it twice. I'm going to try and keep it alive. I'm going to rinse it out of this compost because there are still vine weevils marching around in their jackboots. They're little bastards. I hate them. and I don't want to risk bringing one in the house because I will freak out. So I'm going to try and rinse everything that's in here, in this compost, slugs, snails, puppy dogs' tails, off completely clean, and then use clean compost to repot it. So it's going in the bucket. Worms. Okay. I'm going to rehome you somewhere else. Come on. There you go. In there. Safe. Take a few off. Okay. Ready? Steady? It's cold. Hold your breath. In you go. I might just leave that in there for a while to soak it all up. See what comes out. Oh, God. What's that? Don't know. I think it had wings at one point. Take some of you off. I've no idea if this is going to work, but I know for a fact that it will die if I leave it out. When it gets a bit too cold, even before the first frost, it will die. So got nothing to lose really. Okay, I'm just going to leave that in there and give it a bit of a shush around. Okay, it's been a few minutes and there's been a complete change of plan. I had it soaking and then I lifted it up to have a look to see if I could get all the compost off, and there are just a million little faces looking back up at me from inside there. It's just a whole universe of creatures that have built their world inside this compost. So I haven't got the heart to destroy their world. So what I'm going to do is something even less likely to work, but I'm going to cut loads of the top off and put it in a jug of water and see if I can get some roots. I mean, doubt it, but ever optimistic, you can only have a go, can't you? As I say, nothing to lose. There we are. I've taken some cuttings. I've just left some flowers on just for fun, just for me to look at, but I'll nip those off as soon as they start to really die and see what happens. I don't know. Look, there's about 8 stalks in there. See if they get some water roots, and then I'll try them in compost and hope for the best. Who knows? Exciting though. Look, that's the vine weevil. What a bastard. And it's in the begonias, so I'm not risking bringing that in the house. I'm going to stick with my cuttings, and then if they don't work, well, we'll start all over again next spring. Hate you. There we go, they're in the kitchen. Let's see what happens. They do look nice though, don't they? Look at those leaves. So beautiful. Hi, this is a crisis. That's 3 tea bags, and it's Sunday afternoon. I'm in my roomy pantaloons and my Jemima Puddle Duck sweatshirt, and the crisis is I've got a job in the morning, so I need one for tomorrow morning. That leaves me 2 tea bags for the whole of Sunday afternoon and evening. The dilemma is, do I get dressed and traipse all the way to the corner shop, which will take me 5 minutes, or do I eke it out with 2 bags for the rest of Sunday and just kind of live with the general anxiety of not enough tea? What do I do? What should I do? Roomy pants or get dressed? Roomy pants or get dressed? tea. I love tea. There you go. Good girl. I love you, darling. I love you. Yes? I love you. Okay. Order is restored and my powers are back. I love tea. Don't want to put some hair in there, love? Makes it taste better. Yeah. She doesn't drink tea. No. She doesn't drink anything. Freaks me out, no end. She doesn't drink water, but she can't digest dry food, so I've got tea shakes. Sorry about that. Hang on, there we go. No, she can only eat wet food from pouches. So she doesn't drink any water. Although occasionally when she's had some boiled chicken, she'll come and drink some filthy pond water from the yarden, and then I panic. She's going to get some hideous parasite. So just as I start to record this, the pneumatic drill started again in the street. It's been the most beautiful, quiet, bright, sunny, warm day. I was running out of tea, as you know, on Sunday night, and I saved one bag for Monday morning. I managed not to go to the shop. I controlled myself, so I stayed in all day Sunday doing stuff, and sort of rationed out the 3 tea bags I had, saving one for my breakfast, which didn't really count. So there was no tea on Monday, and I had some work in town. So after work, all I had to do was to come home and dispatch a beautiful vintage 1990s Swarovski gold-plated dragonfly brooch, which I have just hoarded for a while and absolutely loved it. But I did sell it, and I hope the lady loves it as much as I do. I'm sure she will. Very grateful for that purchase. Thank you. And then after that, all I had to do was go buy tea. However, eBay was chaotic. I couldn't log in. It kept bouncing. I logged in, couldn't get my order, couldn't log into parts of my account. It was just a nightmare. So there's nothing I could do about it. I couldn't dispatch on that day, which I like to do. So I thought, right, okay, I'll just go and get some tea. Got in the car, realised that it was running on vapours and it wouldn't stop screaming at me. So I pulled in for petrol, and then after I got the petrol, I thought, there's a charity shop just around the corner. It would be a shame not to take advantage of this opportunity. Went in, and it was one I'd been in 2 weeks ago. I go in there occasionally, and there was a huge big ceramic white clamshell dish in the window on the shelves, and I just thought, oh, that's fantastic. And did one of those weird things where I picked it up and I found the most ridiculous reason not to buy it. I don't know why. Sometimes I get possessed by that, because it had a tiny little crack where it's been boinked on the edge. But honestly, it was nothing. So I put it back. Left the shop 2 weeks ago, instantly regretted it. Went back a week later, it was gone. I thought, darn, never mind. It was meant to be. But anyway, a couple of nights ago, I was lying in bed planning a new article on pearls, and the history and the heritage and what have you, and realised how fantastic it would be to display those pearls for the thumbnail in a huge big white clamshell. Hated myself all night, couldn't sleep because I'd done it to myself. Anyway, went back to the shop yesterday after petrol, going for tea. It was back in the window. Cannot believe it. I was so happy, so overjoyed. Snatched it, and bought it. It came with another little one with it, so I got the two and had a nice chat, and then went for tea, went to get my box of tea, got distracted, got biscuits, realised that the shop that I use all the time, my favourite supermarket, is managed by an arsehole because I made the mistake of asking him a question about some plant pots, and now that's ruined, so I can't go back there anymore because he's an arsehole, and it explains why all the lovely staff have left and the place is now a hovel. Anyway, let's hope he has enough and leaves and goes somewhere else. So anyway, yeah, bloody forgot to get my tea. Because he was sarcastic about a plant pot. I mean, come on, get a life, mate. Anyway, went out without the tea, got home, raging, forgot my tea. Did have my clamshell, so 50-50, I'll survive the night. So anyway, planned to get up very early this morning and go and get some more tea. But I spent about 2 hours with eBay trying to work out the glitch, and just ended up saying to the woman, never mind, I've only been on it 18 years. I might as well just close my account, because they're just, oh God, it's just a dreadful experience. But anyway, the Tories have destroyed any opportunity for selling or retail business online because of Brexit and their other ridiculous opportunities, they call them. Christ. So I don't know what to do. Never mind. But got my tea. Anyway, fuck the Tories. I walked round to the little corner shop, and it was the most glorious day. So, and all of that angst disappeared. The leaves are beautiful. It's lovely crunching through the leaves on the pavement, and the trees are gorgeous, and the sky's bright blue, and the shop was nice and quiet. I found the tea that I wanted, and also, I mean, I'm an absolutely fanatical environmentalist, but I'm going to blame the Tories. I just bought a little new set of fairy lights for the outside trees, and I'm going to try them out. So they're solar powered. I bought those because I thought they were more environmentally friendly than anything battery powered or electrically powered. So I have been searching the charity shops and flea markets for months for a second-hand outdoor string lights for the trees, and I just couldn't find any. I don't know if it's because people never throw them out. Why would they? They're outside on the trees, or they're just really shit and they break after a while. Oh, sorry, universe. But Tories have set the world on fire. What can I do? So there we are. All is well in the yarden. The man is very happy on his pneumatic drill. I don't know if you can hear him, but I can't hear anything else. He's well. And the plants are still looking gorgeous. Obviously, a lot of leaves have gone red and fallen off, but the geraniums are still absolutely going for it. They're going for gold, and this begonia is just never ending, joyous. Give it a little look. The fruit trees. I've got 3 apples up there, look. I'm going to carve a path through to that tree today and pick those apples, and I'll probably cook them. I'll have a little taste. I've got a feeling they're going to be extremely sweet, so I might stew them and have them with some yogurt or custard. Begonia, the drilling stopped. He's back. He was just having a break. Pew, pew, pew. Right then. This, my friends, is Stabby Mahonia, my East End gangster. And let me show you what I filmed a few days ago. I'll put it in here now. Hello, this is a very interesting development from Stabby Mahonia. What is this? Could this be the very first set of flowers? It's mid-October. I don't know if this is right, but she's going for it. And there's another nest underneath. I'm absolutely beyond excited. Go Stabby, go Stabby. So there we are. I do believe a few days later, these are going to be the very first flowers. I don't dare touch it because she's so violent. Look at that! Isn't that amazing? I'm going to let go very carefully. Well done, Stabby. Looking good. I can't wait to see this come out in full bloom. I'll keep you updated. There she is. What a vicious bitch. I love her though. I love her. And oh, so these will have to come down. And look. Look at all my wild strawberries. Who'd have thunk? And there's still flowers coming. These look better now than they did in the summer. So obviously they're an autumn harvest. Cool, so exciting. Can I help you? Oh my god. I've just separated something before it started. I don't know what that was going to turn into. Yeah, I would if I were you. Oh god. They've got comfortable. Oh, mine just wants to kill everything. I'm going inside. Oh god, it's very frisky. Oh, it's a fly. Very pretty. There she goes, or he goes, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is just a bit of a tidy, no major jobs. I mean, I'm going to leave all of this sort of scrub, and the astilbes, I'm not going to touch them because there'll be lots of things all comfortable and cozy and living in it, so I'm just going to leave it for them. It's not bothering me. But tidy up everything that's fallen, cut back stuff that needs sort of cleaning up a bit so it doesn't rot. Speaking of rot, that's literally Begonia's latrine, the scamp. I won't give you a close-up. So yeah, I still, God, a bit late. I still have to transplant that tree I rescued, and I need to get some fleece for the banana. But I'm going to carve a path around so I can get to the baskets. I think there's a problem here. This looks like it's actually died. I don't know why these things happen. But everything else is looking fine. Fine, really. It's going to be next year that it really comes into its own. I still got to get rid of that beast. Yeah. But yeah. So I'll do a bit of sweeping, but I'll probably have another cup of tea first. Get off. I'm going to put that in there with this. After that, still got some life in there. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Yeah, come and help. Come on. Good girl. You got the drill. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Lucky 7 for drainage. Right, I've used a pot the same size as the one that it's in to make a hole the right shape, and I'm going to stick it in there. size. Oh, that's going to be perfect. Okay, take that pot off. Like this. In my gardening boots. Oh, no, I'm not. Right, I've just loosened it by hand. Hang on. And I'm scared to look to see how many vine weevils eggs are in there. Don't know. Don't know. Oh, they're already everywhere, so what's the point? Don't. That's not a toilet. Woohoo! Perfecto! Squish that down. Right then, finally. I mean, it's not exactly the perfect time, but better late than never. So I firmed that down, and what I did was, it's hard to tell sometimes whether it's a vine weevil egg or it's a food ball, because they put food ball mix in the compost. But I just, whatever I could see, I just sort of snipped it in half. So if it's food, it'll still carry on feeding the plant, but if it's a vine weevil egg, it's dead. See ya. This is the scented begonia I took the cuttings from, which has been in water for about a week, and it doesn't look like it's going to work. I'll leave them there, see what happens. But it has produced lots more shoots underneath. So what I might do is, I'm going to order some fleece for the banana tree. I might try and fleece this and risk it for a biscuit. But I'll be buying a new one in spring, I'm sure. It smells so nice though, it's so lemony. Lemon Folds it's called, is it? Fragrant Folds Lemon. Highly recommended. Right, so I've sort of neglected this area back here because I couldn't get to it because of my trees and everything, and look, it's all looking really shabby. I'm just going to absolutely tear through it, clean it all up, cut it all back, and squish everything together for protection. And then I'm getting closer to that basket. See what's going on in there. Doesn't look good. These two though. Hi Barry. I've got a surprise for you later, Baz. Right, I'm getting through them, but it's taken a long time. It always takes longer than you think. But I have made a little space to creep through. Here you go, look. This was going to be my winter feast. Aubergine plants too, and the slugs have eaten the lot. Bastards. However, I've just spotted this one little flower coming on there. I don't fancy its chances much, to be honest, but if I get one aubergine out of this, I will be delighted. Yeah, I know. Oh, she's gone. There she goes. Begonia! Good job I bought a bag of lentils or we'll starve. Well, you're not going to starve. There's going to be no baba ganoush this Christmas. You're my baba ganoush. Yes, you are. She says, don't call me baba ganoush. Okay, Barbara. Hey, Babs. Come in. Come in. What do you think? Is it a bit lame? It's very limp. Don't know. Have any interest? A little bit. A little bit of cat mint. Yeah, good girl. Okay, I've made a little path and I'm in. I don't know what's happened. I'm going to cut it back hard and hope for the best. Okay. These are nice though. And I can get my apples now. 1, 2, 3. Although that one's going to be a challenge. That might stay for the birds. No. Who called the cops? Anyway, right, I'm going to stop now. I've actually made more progress than it looks. I know it looks worse than it did, but trust me, it will look better in the end. I'm going to leave everything that's sort of dead and dying because it'll be full of creatures living in it and hibernating, so I don't want to disturb them. And yeah, looking good. Beautiful colours. Look at that. Okay, Barry Gibb, for being such a good boy and staying alive. Sorry. I've got a little present for you. Got a little surprise. Wait there. Okay, it's another day. It's still really warm, but it started drizzling this morning and now it's proper raining. So I'm not going to finish what I was going to do in the garden. Instead, I'm going to stew my harvest. So there's the one I couldn't reach. The birds can have that. But I just want to tell you about a hilarious blog I wrote before I started vlogging, and it's on my website. It's about how I went in search of the 4 fruit trees, which are called John, Paul, George and Ringo. That's Paul, the pear tree. That's George, the cherry tree. That's John, the apple tree. And that's Ringo, the plum tree. And I'll put a link to it in my description. So if you click on that little arrow that sort of points down there, it will open up all the information in the information section, and I'll put a link to that article that I wrote. And if you click it, it's a bit of a laugh. Bamboo Betty is my website. This is the article. Will fruit trees bought from a supermarket grow in a container? I'll let you know. So you just tap on that, and like magic, if your internet's faster than mine, oh, look at that beautiful picture. It will come up. So please have a read of that article. It's hilarious. It's completely free. You don't have to sign up. I'm not selling anything yet. There's no firewall, there's no restrictions. Just click it and read it, and it's just a really brilliant laugh. I'm sure you'll appreciate the frustrations and the rewards of life that I experienced in there. So yeah, please have a read. Thank you. So, look how lovely and autumnal everything looks. I'm really enjoying the peacefulness of my pastel shades in those baskets. Now I got rid of the violent petunias. Here we are. I've got my 2 apples. I've washed them and I'm going to cut them open just to make sure that there's nothing already living in there, if you know what I mean. So I'm going in. What is the matter? Oh, crying in the corner of doom. No, honestly, I don't know what she wants. Do you want me to decorate the kitchen at last? What is it? She's full. We've played. She doesn't want to go outside. She doesn't want to be inside. What is it? Is the answer in there? I don't think it is, love. There's only darkness and fear in there. Oh, I don't want to cut into them. They're so perfect. These are my babies. I grew these from, well, not from nothing. If you read the article, you'll realise what I went through to get them. But look, I made these. Well, someone's already had a go. I hope they're not inside. Oh, let's just do it. Now, I honestly don't know what to do. I don't know what she wants. What, love? Okay. It's beautiful. Yeah. Right, let's have a taste. Oh, it smells like apples from the past. Oh God, it's fantastic. Oh, it's so tangy. It's really fresh. It's not too sweet. I thought it was going to be like a saccharine sweet. It's not, it's amazing. Feels really natural and fresh. It's making the sides of my tongue zing. Uh, it's gorgeous. I think I might, should I just eat it or should I stew it? No, I'm going to stew it. I'm going to stew it. Okay. There we go, all beautifully artistically sliced. They look like little clementine segments. There was nothing inside, or nothing living inside, which is a huge blessed relief. Look, there's the bits, hardly any waste, and I've got some pips and some cat hair because fact. Darling, is it the summer you're looking for? Is it the summer and the sunshine and the birds and the bees? That's gone, love. Or is it maybe the next Prime Minister? Are they out there? The smell of stewed apples is fantastic. It's so cosy and comforting and homely. Also, it's a brilliant way to use up, apples that have gone a bit powdery and they're sort of like floury inside when they've been in the fridge too long, or they were really expensive in the shop. You bought them thinking that they were going to be fantastic, and actually they've just probably been defrosted after being 4 years old. Yeah, those ones. Stew them. Just stew them in nothing but just a little splash of water, and have them in a bowl with some custard or yogurt or on your puddings, whatever. Perfect. Gets rid of all of that floury texture. Oh God. Bags, what's out there? What is it? Tell me. Tell me what it is. Oh, they've gone all pink, look. Clamshells. So I discovered why she was so excited. She was only simply a brew and a poo. That's all. That's what all that was about. She's since delivered it, and I have dispatched it. Eating it. It was absolutely delicious. Every mouthful was full of love. I'm not going to lie, it only took 5 years, a load of blood, sweat, tears, and money to make it. And John, out of all the trees, is definitely the most temperamental, but it was worth it. It was worth it for this moment. So while I was just sitting there eating it, I was just thinking, what a ridiculous situation we're all in. I mean, honestly, I'm talking about England, the world as well, but I can only really talk about the government in England because I'm English in England. I did not vote for any of this, any part of it. Never have, didn't, never will. But I was just thinking, as bad as it is, I just feel, I don't know if it's like just accepting that we're gonna just, burn in hell. Oh, you know what I mean. Which is, I'm just trying to understand why I feel so calm about it. Maybe it's hormones. I don't know. But I do. I feel completely calm. And I was just contemplating the whole culture in this country. It's just very, very bizarre. And you're either in or you're out of it. If you're in it, you're part of the problem. And unfortunately, those people tend to be in charge. If you're not in, you're a part of the suffering. And it reminded me of an incident that happened when I used to work in television. Long time ago, decades ago. It was one of my first career out of many. And I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you what happened. See if this situation sounds familiar to you. It'll decide whether you're in or you're out. Yeah, it's a funny old world we live in, isn't it? It's a strange culture that we all have to live by, even though it's wrong. I was a gardening researcher on one particular mainstream show, and I'd arranged with the local park keepers to go around and gather up all the branches, the holly, and all the other branches that they would sort of cutting back to take care of the park. And I was going around with them for about 2 hours, gathering it all up, putting it into crates, and carrying it back myself to the studio. And I got back into the office at 11 o'clock in the morning. Everyone sort of got into the office at 10, but I got back into the loading bay at about 10:30, and I was dragging all the crates by myself, full of wood and logs and branches, and it was going to be a fantastic display for a 4-minute article, 4-minute item. And as I was sort of walking into the office, I got summoned by the editor and disciplined for being slack, lazy, not being at my desk enough, and as I should be aware, work starts at 10. So I literally had to suck that up and sit at my desk thinking, how is this right? You literally could not do your job sitting at the desk. But regardless of that, we all have to just accept that, and I don't know, and just take it. So, I mean, I couldn't even explain that to her, that I'd been in the park gathering the props. To her, what was far more important was that I was at my desk. And this was sort of before the internet. Well, it was actually before proper Google and the internet. So I literally just had to sit at my desk trying to make gardening shows. And this just wasn't one editor. This was several programs this went on for. You just had to be at your desk. It's a really strange idea. I think it comes from people who have no creativity at all inside them and don't really have any concept of how art or creativity works. Anyway, I left. I think it was that moment where I was sitting at my desk all rosy cheeked from being out in the woods from 7 o'clock in the morning, bristling slightly, but just thinking, I don't belong here. These are not my people. I decided that it wasn't for me. Television was not for me. So yeah, the secret to a long life is knowing when it's time to go. I'm definitely not going to try and recreate all that life though. So I'm too old and tired to go wandering about the woods at 7 o'clock in the morning these days. So as far as I'm going to wander is round and round the garden like a teddy bear. Don't talk about teddy bears. Not over it. And then I was so confused about the circumstances and being disciplined and just that general feeling of walking to an office thinking you're doing a good job and then feeling that absolutely everyone hates you. You know that feeling. Maybe you don't. I do. And I was so confused by all of that I put on this spectacular, turned the set into an incredible winter wonderland. It was beautiful. And then in the meeting, the sort of, like the D-Mob meeting after the show, the editor said, so who was responsible for the display? And I said, oh, it was the props guy. What? What is that? Is that from being gaslighted? Is it? What makes people do that? Why did I say that? First of all, you know what? Why did she ask? Because she'd already disciplined me. She would have been watching me out of the window physically build it. And then the whole crew would have known it was me. And then I said, oh no, some geezer in slack jeans did it. And that was it. It was forgotten. I've never forgotten it. I'm still waiting for that moment when I get justice. And you know what? This is it. This is it. In the immortal words of Martine McCutcheon, this is my moment. You gotta get it where you can. Cats know this. Cats will wait years, but they always get it. They always get justice. Revenge. Do you know what revenge tastes like? After years, decades, It tastes like sweet homegrown apples in yogurt on YouTube. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I can't thank you enough for watching. I honestly, I love you all. I love you very much. I sound like Zaza Gabor. Um, uh, Thank you for subscribing and listening. So if you haven't already, I'd be really grateful if you could subscribe. Just press the red box that says subscribe in the corner, and even better if you give me a thumbs up. I think the algorithms love that. But I just love hearing your comments too, so please comment away. Tell me what you liked. Tell me if you've got any advice, if you've done the same. It'd be great to know what's going on out there. And yeah, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Take care, everyone. Let's all try and stay calm as we can in the circumstances. And I'll see you next week. Thanks a million. Bye bye.